Hello and welcome friends, index numbers, and since last few lectures we are studying weighted index numbers, and from this lecture we are starting index numbers suggested by various economists or statisticians, and in detail we are going to study the weighted aggregative price index number. And let's start it with very popular last payer's index number. Last payer, there are so many different kinds of pronunciation of this name. Yes, and I have selected one of them. What is last payer's index number? But before that, let me remind you that don't forget to visit and subscribe my channel, and don't forget to suggest my lectures and my channel to all others. Okay. Weighted aggregative price index, in simple words, weighted index numbers or general price index number calculated considering the weights or relative importance of the items or other commodities or services, whatever the case may be. But what is different in case of last payer or Passe or Fisher's index number? The different thing is, all these economists or statisticians suggest to consider the quantity of consumption of the items while calculating the index number. Let's first of all put me the last payer's index number into very simple words so that you can understand this very well. These are not the words said or told by last payer. I have tried to put the thing in simple words. Okay, what is last payer's index number? The general price index number, that means according to last payer, the general price index number is the ratio or percentage of the current cost of the base quantity to the base cost of the base quantity of all the items of the group for which we are calculating the index number. Current cost of the base quantity. That means we need to consider the current cost. Current cost means we need to consider the total cost of the quantities which we have actually used in the base year or consumed in the base year, but at the prices during the current year. So it is actually a notional cost, because it is not necessary then that in the current year also we consume the same quantity that we had used in the base year. But last payer suggests that we should consider the base year quantity only. So actually in the numerator we are taking notional cost of the base year quantity calculated at current year's prices. I tell it notional because we have not actually paid that cost. We have just calculated cost of base year quantity at the current year's prices, and it is divided by base cost of base quantity. This is actually the real cost which we had actually paid during the base year to consume the quantity. So this is the the total cost of the quantity which we used in the base year at base year prices. So the numerator is something like assumption, total cost of the base year quantity if we had purchased that quantity at current year prices, and the ratio of this notional cost to that real cost is the aggregate price index number. Now, how to calculate the current cost of the base quantity? Very simple. Base year quantity is taken at current year prices. To divide it by the real cost, it is taken at base year prices. So this is simple case of multiplication. Base year quantity multiplied by current year prices, base year quantity multiplied by base year prices. This exercise to be done for all the items in the group. Yes, and their aggregates are taken. That's why there is sigma in the formula. Sigma P1QO means P1 is price of current year, QO means quantity of base year, divided by sigma PO into QO. PO is price of the base year and QO is quantity of the base year. In the numerator as well as denominator, there is base year quantity only, and to multiply it by 100 means to get the percentage. So according to last payer, general price in the weighted general price index is the ratio of total notional cost of base quantity at current prices to the total real cost of the base quantity at the base year prices. So main thing is not only prices of the items but also the quantities consumed are also considered. Now why should we consider the quantity? There are two main reasons. First, we pay the price, but every time we don't pay the price for single unit only. We pay the price for all the units of the items we buy or purchase to consume. That means we consume. That's why the amount paid by us is not price but is total cost of the whole quantity we buy. Number two, the quantity we buy is influenced by the changes in the price of the item. According to the law of demand, we know that in case of increase of price, we may decrease the consumption of the item. Similarly, in case of decrease in price, we may increase. So, quantity consumed is actually influenced by the changes in price. Therefore, we should also consider the quantity consumed by the consumers as, say, its weight or relative importance when we calculate the price index. This is actually the argument in favor of considering the quantity while calculating the price index number. So, in simple words, this is last payer's index number. Yes, the German economist suggested this index number in 1871, and later on in 1874, Paase, another German economist, also suggested the similar index number where we should consider the current year quantities according to Paase, but that we shall discuss later on. I hope this lecture also is useful to you in understanding the whole concept. I always try to put the thing in very simple words, but I actually am very much confident that you will not find this kind of simple or rather simplification of the things on any other platform. Yes, you will find something new, something more than your expectation in my lectures. So don't forget to like my lecture, don't forget to subscribe my YouTube channel PRSHNTPUAAR. But the academy is known as PUAR Academy, and also suggest to subscribe and to like my lectures to all others you know. That's it for now. In the next lecture we are going to study again last payer's index number with the help of an example. Thank you very much and take care.